What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Kickin It with Kachi, where we highlight individuals that are really taking it by storm. And today we have not only a recording artist, not only a music producer, not only an audio engineer, not only a beautiful cat dad. We have the one and only excellence extraordinaire Black man, Jodi Fitz. Thank you so much for coming in and rocking with me, my brother, because it's a blessing to see people that look like us, that talk like us on a stage, on a platform, and on visuals and frontal lobes as much as we are. And it's good to see that you're doing amazing things out here, my brother. I'm glad you can come in.
Thank you. Let me get you.
So obviously we got to start at the beginning, right? The name Jodi Fitz, where does it come from? How does it become this persona, this idea, this ethos that you're now carrying into your musical career?
All right, hold on. Let me put my headphones in so you can hear me properly.
Give me all the audio engineering.
I got you.
Yeah.
I bet. So, Jodi Fitz started from how do I answer that? All right. I started off as an artist under the name Fitz, F-I-T-Z, the Misfit. Fitz is my middle name. Fitzgerald is my middle name. And the Misfit came from me feeling like my favorite childhood Christmas movie was Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and the Island of Misfit Toys. And because I didn't grow up with my pops around me, I felt like I should have belonged on that Island of Misfit Toys. So that's how Fitz the Misfit came up. But a couple of years later, the rebrand came because one, a lot of people, it took them a long time to say that name Fitz the Misfit properly. So I was creating a project, and I knew in the project I was going to build this character. And I love acronyms. So Jodi came out. Jodi stands for Journal of Derek's Imagination. That was going to be the name of the project. And I knew I had to become that character. And over time, I was told like, hey, you should really become Jodi. So I decided to make a first and last name, keep the first name Jodi, Journal of Derek's Imagination, keep the last name Fitz. And because I'm still a producer and I'm different, I have different monikers or variants. So I'll call myself Jodi Fitz, aka the Misfit. And that's how the name come around.
Okay. One more time, can you tell us what Jodi stands for?
Jodi stands for Journal of Derek's Imagination.
Journal of Derek's Imagination Fitz. Wow. And I think also when we talk about music today, coming out of Harlem, coming out of New York City, I think we have a very right now prevailing sound, right? If you would agree, of this drill, this hardness, this sort of get back sort of vibe. But your music isn't that. I'm getting like Ziggy Marley, Fela Kuti, I'm getting Erykah Badu, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of that vibe. That type of music, what was there intentional decisions? That just what you naturally fell into, and it was like, hey, like even though there isn't probably a younger wave, quote unquote, for this type of music, you're gonna be the younger wave, bringing a lot of that flavor back to it. Is that sort of the intentionality behind it?
Definitely. I started off rapping, just strictly focusing on boom bap rap bars. Question: can I smoke on the interview?
Oh, I wouldn't say you can smoke, but if you need to, we could also just re-record.
Oh, I'll wait till after that. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So pretty much, I started off on just like boom bap. Started off really focusing on showing I got flow. It's like early 2010s. Bars like J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Tyler Creator. Those are my go-to list rappers to listen to. But
it's like pen tapping on the floor. You freestyle the time, right? Lunchroom freestyles.
Back in the day when you could freestyle and people be like, yo, nah, you feel me? But now music has changed into a different sound, and I had to learn about that sound. It changed from like more boom bap to more like sonics, more melodies. And then drill came around, and I appreciate all types of music, but I had to find something that was for me. And realistically, I really focus on being different. That's one of my main things I'm trying to help people understand is to accept difference. So a way of having people accept difference is by being different. So I really wanted to try something new. I started listening to like Harry Styles and Anderson .Paak and um, just more soulful, but also pop music,
Right,
and
right,
decided that's the route I want to go with. But then I decided, like, I'm Jamaican, so what if I was going out to a lot of parties in Brooklyn? I'm not hearing a lot of Jamaican reggae party, Jamaican music
right,
or reggae music because Afro beats or I'm a piano is coming in now. That's the wave it's
right,
going back
right,
for
right,
years. So I said, why not? Let's change that. If nobody else
right.
gonna do it, I'm gonna be the person to do it. So I just want to incorporate now like a reggae voice or reggae styles and influences on top of like hip hop beats, and go from there.
And I love the gender blending too, like with the song "Love Me," right? Like very like it with the music video, very rock star, stargazing vibe. But the lyrics itself, you get the as you saw the flows, the bars, but then popping back into the patois, you know what I'm saying? Like only
Mhm,
taught me feel like, you know what I'm saying? Talking like
mhm,
that. And then also on the R&B melodies as well. And then honestly speaking, like I love doing the show. I started doing the show when I knew people, and then it grew into when I started meeting people. People watching this interview. I met this man once
mhm.
at Juneteenth, and it's more than just the music, right? It's your whole ethos of who you are, of this positive, want people to feel good. That's what reggae is, right? Like you get to the party, it's Henny in one hand, shades on,
Mhm,
Clark's on, and just
mhm.
vibes, right? That's definitely what your music brings. And then what other sort of motives or things do you want people to know about you and know about your music?
I'm really just trying to focus on like building a community, honestly.
Yeah,
I love the fact that when I see people around, they smile, they know each other, they enjoy times. It could be because of me, it could be because of the bit we're all at. But I'm really about energy. My team's name is Leaders of the Block Entertainment. And one of the things we strongly go off is we aspire to inspire.
mm-hmm.
We chose to be leaders instead of kings because we don't need time. We're not trying to rule nothing. We're just trying to show people a new way, lead a
Set by
path.
example.
Exactly. And if you don't want to follow ours, they get inspired to do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Aspire to inspire all times. Make sure everybody's accepting difference so like there could be a difference in this world. And that's really it, man. Like my music is just a way for me to now build that influence for people to start looking at life differently if they can, or using my music as a tool for them to look at life differently. And
Right, right.
hopefully there's a difference that'll be present. I don't know if it's gonna be a good or negative one, but something gotta change, bro.
And I want to get into two things as well about the music, but because what you're touching on is something much deeper than the music, right? That brings to me this first question of the community, right? A lot of artists right now are realizing the potential of their voice, the impact. The impact of the Kid Cudis and the J. Coles and the Anderson Packs and the Kanye West. Like that's impact, that's community, right? And it's also all the more prevalent now, right? In embodying community in all the stuff that's been happening. I can't even tell you right now all the stuff that's been happening the last 20 years, right? So that's what's great though. I love about the song Black Man, and where was it orchestrated by your team, and then now this coalition of individuals of different generations spanning Black manhood. Is that what was the experience in developing that music video and pushing that mission through that music, through that video, through that visual?
Well, when we recorded the song, which is funny because the person who sent me the beat, the production team called the Beehive, they sent me the name of the song was called Black. The name of the beat they sent me was called Black Man, and from there
Right,
it just took me in the direction of, hey, we're gonna make a song for Black men. Um,
right,
when I asked I'm Chris Rob, to get on the song, I told him we're making a clean song because my music is clean. Um,
mm-hmm.
and I want him to stay on topic in regards to being a black man. I talked
Right,
about the the journey and the trials, the questions, the life we have to live as a black man. He brought in more of like now how we're going to prosper as black men, what we need in regards to
right,
the business, in regards to learning and taking from the people ahead of us or the people from before, the people that did it before us that are at those
right,
statues, follow their pathways for us to actually succeed in what we want to succeed in. When it came to the video, I knew that I wanted to show like it's the quote I put in my YouTube bio where it's like I wanted to show my community and my boys in our
Right.
community and our community's response to us in the community. So the
Right.
song is really a loud presence, real energetic, a lot of energy behind it. So I wanted the video to be the same way. A lot of people want to be a part of it. There's a lot of women who asked me, and I told them not this video,
Right.
because I wanted to focus. Black women, are they're very beautiful and they can be very distracting. So it'll take away from the meaning and the points of the video.
Right.
And I hit up all my homies that I made music with on my team, different circles I tapped in with, because when this takes off, or 10 years, actually, let me say this, 10 years from now, when we look back, we'll see where we all were and how we all came
Right.
together to really show
Right.
community. And that was
Right.
the point of that. So that was the direction. I wanted everybody in t-shirts because I wanted it to be loud. I wanted people to see a mob of people walking from 5 blocks away, but I didn't want like a protest vibe. I wanted more like a camp vibe. Like we're walking down,
Right.
if you went to sleepaway camp or a day camp where you're just chanting your crew, your cabin, or your camp
Right,
section.
right, right, right. And I think before I get to my next question, like to the point of having specifically only Black men in community of joy, brotherhood, right? Dancing, music, art, and just also self-expression, right? You have young Black boys, you have older Black men, and then men our age, and then men's obviously in between and coming from different
Mhm,
walks of life, and then putting them in this community. One, I feel like it's interesting how something so pure could also be so powerful, right? The
mhm,
image of Black men spanning generations. One, statistically, we don't even get that old anyway. But then also
mhm,
seeing Black men together, like I can imagine how many isolated people were in that crowd before the music video because they probably don't even have their own community of their boys, right? That sixth through seventh grade time where you're going down the train, you guys is causing havoc, but you don't care what's going on in the bus because it's just you and your guys. Like it's a great vibe of really showcasing what we truly need as Black men, which isn't the self reflection of ourselves with money or self reflection of us as women, is self reflection in community and seeing ourselves in different facets of different things. And it also shows to your talent as well because you not only did the music video, did a song, helped with the production, you also did the album cover. And I have to ask, how long did that take you? Because I went through each and every single pose of how you cut. Like, how long were you staring at the computer to make sure everything was right?
it took me some time. I can't put a time frame on it just because the thought process took weeks, of building, of trying different mock-ups, different versions, sitting with the team, us sitting together, looking at things and being like, yo, bro, I remember there's a point in time where I had like 5 different album covers. They're like, none of these are giving me album cover vibes. And I said to get back to the mark, get back to the
Right,
drawing books.
right,
Thank you to Procreate and Apple for the tools they provided for me to do what I got to do.
right.
But it took some time. But once I think it happened on an accident, by accident. And once the accident became a vision, became the vision.
Yeah, it was like lightning in your bottle. It was like, wow, sheesh.
Yeah, this is
Right,
dope. I kept building from there, toying with things. I after a while was like, this is giving me real Infinity Wars,
right. Yeah,
Avengers.
definitely, definitely. Yeah,
I was like, yeah, that's up for my pops at the top because he's like the ball Thanos.
yeah. And it definitely
But
gives
yeah,
me a lot of that, like that, to pimp a butterfly vibe with all the guys in front of the White House. But that is a little bit more violent, Black rage. And this is more Black joy, Black brotherhood, Black community.
Butterfly was definitely another influence on that as well. I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted to keep that energy.
Right,
The video was really important, so let's make the cover art a bunch of action shots from the video,
right,
and it'll lead over to that, or the video will lead over to the song. Either one, it'll keep
right.
the journey going for people to be like, "Oh, I just realized after they saw the video, the cover art's everybody from the video, or we're
Everybody from
watching this, they're
different
like,
parts. Yeah,
where are these shots coming from?" They see the video, and
right.
then there's 1 and 2.
I would say like with to the question I have before this, because now obviously this conversation has been great. The graphic design, the artistry, has that always been something that you're really into? Did you design the shirts as well? Like are you also into fashion design and visual art and fine art?
Not at all, but I did design a shirt. Fashion, bro. I'm from Harlem, so I
Yeah,
can just talk
I mean, of
not
course.
talk my stuff. You feel me? I know what looks good, but I also
Right,
know that my community doesn't. They enjoy what I put on my body to a
right,
point where they're always trying to find out where it is, where can I
right,
buy it. So time to find a way to monetize and make some money as a young black man in this world, and that's like supply and demand. People want to find out what I'm wearing. I'll design it myself and also find out the quality of shirt. It's a research. It's a long learning process that I'm still going through. But I'm
right,
happy. I love challenging myself to something. So the my logo, I did not make the logo. However, I knew how to use it in different forms of fashion. So I didn't have to go out to
right,
that graphic designer for a t-shirt if I just sit down and use the tools right in front of me and
right,
do it myself.
right, right. Are the shirts available to sell? Because I feel like I need a shirt too. I need a cop one, or is it just for the people in the music video?
Those were sample shirts that I made for the music video.
Oh wow.
However, which is funny, people ended up going crazy and buying the shirts over our backs after the video shoot. So I'm out of shirts at the moment. However, the store will be coming up within the next couple of weeks. The start of August. I'm making sure everything comes out properly because not only, like I said, I'm very strategic, but I have to be different.
Right,
So everything when I do something has to be an experience, not just
right,
a visual look, not just a video, not just a concert. It's going to be something that you will remember, even compared to the class A, class Bs, whatever you want to call the higher ups.
right,
Everything Jodi Fitz does, everything LOTB Entertainment does, is a different experience that you have not experienced before. So it takes some time to build that together.
right. And then what do you as a black man, right? Like all this is great and it's empowering, but at the end of the day, this is still a heavy load of work in reshaping and pushing forward and innovating a culture. How do you decenter, meditate, and keep yourself grounded in your mission and what you're doing moving forward? Because as you know, like it's very easy to be in our head and say, yo, the numbers aren't there, it doesn't make sense. What am I doing? Or just feel too caught up in the emotions that you lose sight. So obviously I want to give a highlight to how do you, make sure that you're remaining whole and holistic.
Well, the way I mean cool and holistic is about first keeping my eye on the bigger picture. My bigger picture isn't um I need to be rich. My bigger picture
Right.
isn't I need to be a celebrity. My end goal is to get people to accept difference in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I understand the way to change for black men in this world. We need to use the system and we need money.
Right.
So I use that as motivation to find different ways, innovatively, creatively, and creatively, and also just strategically of how to get those funds for us to impact and leave an impact on our community and build a community at the same time. While all that's happening, which is a lot of work, I try my best to stay around family, stay
Yeah.
around friends, family, because they're the people who kind of understand me the most. Even though my supporters, I don't even call them fans, my supporters, they've known me for a very long time and they understand who I am, who I want to be. But
Right.
the people who you keep in your inner circles are the ones that are there through with you during a lot of trials and tribulations when the people on the outside usually only see the rewards, see the good
Right.
times.
Right.
So I try my best. Like I just came back from a trip with my mother to go see my sister. So it was a nice family trip just to get away. I brought my
Nice.
music equipment with me, but I didn't turn anything on because
Right.
it was my way to get away. For me to come back and be like, I'm ready to get in the studio now. Let's work.
Right. 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 And honestly, I love that too, because like you said, like sometimes you would go on vacation and bring work with you on vacation because it's like, oh, now I have a better space to do work. But it's like, no, like leave the work at home. The creativity will actually only be stimulated by the experiences you're taking with friends, family, what you're doing on your own. And
Right.
what's obviously been a highlight on this crazy road. Honestly, guys, he's real chill and he's real calm. He actually gets real crazy on the concert and in the fet. Like, don't think that his demeanor is all chill. So, you know what I'm saying? So obviously from the concerts to, you know, doing music videos in your community, designing your own music covers, designing your own t-shirts, meeting all these individuals and make your own songs for yourself and for other people, working collaboratively. Obviously there has to be a bunch of highlights, but what are 3 highlights that has been carried with you as you've been going along?
One of my highlights was watching one of my artists, one of my co-artists. His name is Talo. We went out to Connecticut, to a city we've never been to, and we performed some songs and a couple of unreleased songs. And the response, watching him compared to the performances he's done before, showed me that he's in a different place for himself, where he's pushing his boundaries. And give me a second, sorry, somebody's calling me. And hello, you still there?
Yes, yeah, I mean.
Watching him push his boundaries and seeing the response of the crowd, understanding that, watching the kids, no, come on, watching the kids dance to his music, like stop compared to everybody else, stop and actually dance to his music, going crazy, wanting to come take pictures with him. We left the spot. Everybody in the spot came and surrounded his car. He got on the roof of his car and turned up. That showed me a highlight for not like, I don't always look for highlights for myself. I look for highlights for my people around me because I want to rise with them. I don't want to just be a solo mission. So seeing that happen put a really big smile on my face to show me that not only am I elevating, my team around me is elevating as well, for us to be that army base, you know? We coming full force. You can't stop us. It's inevitable at that point. So yeah.
I love it. That's beautiful.
Outside of that same weekend, I opened up for Serrani. So that was dope.
Oh wow. Okay. So you just had a crazy weekend. That was just like, oh yeah.
So it went from we shot the video shoot to I opened up for Serrani. So the next day we went back out to Connecticut. We drove out to Connecticut, went back out to Connecticut for the next show, came back, had another performance. Then we had the Juneteenth. So like, hey man, it was work. Work is work, man.
Work is work. That's fine. And just before we head out of here, you know, I want to be mindful of your time because we gotta get to work. What can we look forward from you and Jodi Fitz, or even just you as an individual, and that we should be on the lookout for?
Jodi Fitz is coming out with some more music. Right now, we're going to be pushing Black Man. There's going to be a lot of content coming out very soon. We're going to have some new shows coming out because we got Jodi Fitz, we got Talo, we got Von Lo, we got Paris Anthony. Can you still say me? Sorry. We're working. We got a lot of new music coming out. So I'll just ask everybody, be patient with us. We're doing what we got to do to make sure that when we show ourselves, it's going to be impactful and y'all be proud of us. And that's all that we focus on right now, is to show we're real different with what we do. Like you said, you brought up the drill thing. I don't have drill rappers on my team. I have artists who succeed very well, very successful at making drill music. There's a reason why they're successful with it. So everybody tap in. Goddamn out right now. One Call out right now. Talo, Paris Anthony. LOTV Entertainment is taking over. Listen to Black Man, Jodi Fitz. Love me, Jodi Fitz. More music is coming out. I'm thinking about having another listening experience. This time I'll perform. The last Jodi Fitz listening experience went dope. Everybody's asking for that music. The music is coming soon, ladies and gentlemen. However, it's time for another one. It's time for the show the next year.
Boom. Funk Flex Bomb. Boom. Boom. I love it. Yo, you guys can check out my boy Jodi Fitz at I am Jodi Fitz on Instagram. You can listen to the new music. Yes, sir.
Hey.
I'm saying, make sure y'all listen to that Love Me. Listen to that Black Man on all streaming platforms right now. You can check me out at Koch.the_analyst on Instagram. Check out this interview at the DC Voice on our YouTube and Instagram page. Jodi Fitz, thank you so much, my brother, for doing what you're doing for your community, for yourself, for me.
Thank you for helping the community, bro. Thank you for helping us Black artists, us young independent artists, bro. Thank you for giving us a platform to share our voice, to talk about our experiences, and to show our differences. So I appreciate you sincerely for giving me this opportunity.
Hats off to you, my brother. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you guys for watching this amazing, amazing interview. You can check it out on Instagram and YouTube. Yo, I'm Koch the Analyst, and we're out of here. Peace.
Much love. Holla.